Hey guys, Jack here. Sorry about the beard. I haven't shaved in a while. But yeah, this update is way overdue. So let's talk about episodes 11, 12, and somewhat of 13. Actually, you know what? Forget 13. We're just doing 11 and 12 today. So, yeah. I don't really remember much of the plot, so it's not going to be that much. But we do see the camaraderie between Zox and the rest of the Zenkaiger sort of starting to build up more. Even with his little brothers. Yeah, I forgot to mention, we actually get an explanation for Riki and Qatar. God, that's still a hard name to say. Don't call him Cutter. Anyway, we actually get a reason why they're tiny robots. Turns out, they are actually Zox and his sisters, whose name currently escapes me at the moment, younger siblings. Turns out, a world they were in, known as Estitopia, actually put a curse on them that turned them into their chibi robot forms. Yeah. And so, while still being a pirate, he also tries to find the Tocha gear connected to the SD world, Estitopia, in order to release his brother's curses. It does give him, aside from being a world pirate, gotta feed into that Zenkaiger thing after all, it does give him a more justifiable reason, take these glasses off, why he is fighting our evil forces. Yeah, we also learned that his ship, known as Crocodile, I am not kidding, doing a vlog, just heads up. Sorry guys, Dad just woke up, all that, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Anyway, we learned that, thanks to toys, they could actually separate into two smaller vehicles. First is the Cross-Dial, which is a hovercraft weapon that Qatar can use. Still such a very hard name to pronounce. And Crowino, which is something Riki can pilot and is essentially a motorcycle. Yeah. Anyway, in episode 13, in episode 12, I can't really remember what happens there. But in episode 13, no wait, scratch that. It's actually the other way around. Episode 12, wait, hang on, sorry. Oh yeah, anyway, Zox's sister was actually able to recreate 5 Sentai gears. Possibly with more on the way. I don't know. Anyway, for some of these Sentai gears, he can actually access the power of 6 Rangers since, well, he himself is a 6 Ranger. Anyway, back to episode 12, we actually finally get a full team transformation sequence. But no roll call yet. And I think I may have forgot to say what Zox's is after he transforms into 2 Kaio. You know what? I'm just going to say that now in case I did forget. His after transformation call is Kaito Power. Because Gokaiger's full name is Kaizoku Sentai. I mean, Kaito Sentai. No, wait. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm now confused on which is the proper Japanese pronunciation for pirate. It is Kaizo. Kaito means thief. So, yeah, so let's rephrase that. It's Kaizo Power. 2 Kaiser. Anyway, in this episode, we actually do get to see we actually get to see 2 mega debuts. Remember Stacy? Well, yeah, he's back. and he has his own mecha, Battle Caesar Robo. Fun fact, because Stacy is actually based on Battle Japan from Battle Fever J, his robot is actually based on theirs. Ironically, that was the first giant robot in Super Sentai history. Battle Fever Robo. And just like Battle Fever Robo, it does not transform. Again, these were like the early days of Sentai, and it took a while for them to actually get the mecha thing down right. As most mechas were usually only seen in like anime and stuff. Ironically, until they got the sizing problem fixed, sometimes the robots that didn't have any combinations would be taller than the actual monsters. I cannot make this stuff up even if I wanted to, folks. I cannot. Anyway, where's I going with this? Oh, right. The second robot we actually see is the debut of Zenkaiger, and we actually get to see the transformation. Well, one of the, what I like to call the Kaito twins, the Kaizo twins, one will actually get swallowed by the mouth of crocodile. Again, I cannot make this up, folks. And will essentially go into the chest area. While the other one will stand on the platform that is usually used for a cross-dio. And basically have a portion attached to the head. In this case, Qatar, I'm just going to call him Cutter because it's just easier to pronounce. Hang on, guys. I won't take my regular. Alright. Sorry, guys. Again, talking to my dad. Anyway, well, Ricky, God, every time I say that name, I get O-Ranger flashbacks, which is appropriate since it's SD form, based on the main mech of that series. Now that's how you do a proper tribute. Now that's how you do a tribute. Jonathan Zenkaiger could have learned a thing or two from them. Megaforce, once again, burn hell. Anyway, with the lower half that forming the legs, and here's kind of where I have a problem with it. Essentially, the leg thing. I mean, usually, I would personally kept the legs one side silver, one side gold, just to match up a bit better. But that's just me. Anyway, the head will form an upwards diagonal shoulder, which will basically form shoulder armor. Yeah. Anyway, with Ricky getting a, well, blade part, that basically he becomes a bladed hand. With the face of Qatar opening up to reveal a proper mecha face. Anyway, this is where I have to point out something. I hated when Robot Mecha talks, because I hate when Sentai and sometimes Power Ranger Mecha talks. Don't get me wrong. It makes sense if, like, the vehicle portions were alive, like we saw in Cure Major. I gotta do a full video on that someday, but we'll get into that later. But it just gets but I prefer it to happen sparingly. I would, like, maybe a Sentai or two apart. It gets old after a while. But that's just me. Anyway, its finisher actually summons, well, the Japanese equivalent, which actually came first, to, crap, lost my train of thought, to the Fire Smasher from Power Rangers Samurai. Yeah. Now, while the 13th episode hasn't technically been subbed yet, I would like to talk about Zenkaiger's other form. well, it is called Zenkaiger for a reason. This one involving Ricky, which it actually switches sides. What do I mean by that? Well, basically the whole robot does... Basically the whole body of the robot is reversed, with the silver side becoming the main body. And this is where I wish they wouldn't just turn the legs around, as the silver side actually works better for me. But again, that's just me speaking out of my ass. In any case, this time Cutter forms the robot hand. This time with a Gatling gun portion connecting to his head, while Ricky forms the robot head. And the crocodile part of the robot folds downwards. Initially, this bothered me, but after seeing some footages, I realized it's supposed to be like a gauntlet. Yeah, I'm more bothered by it in the toy version than anything else. And because the show hasn't been subbed yet, I cannot tell you what its finisher is. Yeah, I'm getting most of this information from the wiki and some television that I find on Facebook on my Kamen Rider Super Sentai Toku groups. So, yeah, all this is kind of secondhand information at this point. Hopefully I can do a full vlog on episode 13 once that thing finally gets subbed. But yeah, that was technically episodes 11, 12, with a little bit of Zenkaiger Ricky sprinkled in. So, yeah. I'm sorry that it took so long to get this vlog out. I've just been feeling mad about it. But, yeah. So, until the next vlog comes out, hopefully soon, this is Jack Tiller saying, see ya.